Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, Law Murray on your TL, and I'm going to tell you now. This is the 2024 NBA Epitome Games series, where I pick out one game from each team from the last regular season. I am putting the spotlight on the biggest weakness of the 14 teams that missed the playoffs and the biggest strength of the 16 playoff teams from the regular season. This installment features the Brooklyn Nets. Playoff purgatory is defined by me as a team that appears in 5 consecutive postseasons without reaching the conference finals. Every team that has ever entered a stretch of this kind in NBA history had to miss the playoffs before recovering to win a championship. A Nets team that once had Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden on the roster at the same time entered playoff purgatory in 2023 and missed the playoffs for the first time in 6 years in 2024. And they have none of the offensive firepower they once had. The epitome game for the Nets came at Minnesota shortly after an All-Star break that saw Jacques Vaughn fired and replaced by interim head coach Kevin Ollie. It was Ben Simmons' final start of the season, giving Brooklyn a fully healthy lineup against a Timberwolves team missing Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. The result was an offensive showing that made it clear that this version of the Nets could not be salvaged. Ben Simmons and Nick Claxton, they started this game together, but you see offensively, it just doesn't work. You go under on Ben, you take away passing lanes, it's just congested. In the 99 minutes that the Nets had those two on the floor together, they shot 43.4% from the field on the season and scored only 95.8 points per 100 possessions. So you try and get Mikal Bridges off. Gets a handoff, gets downhill a little bit here, 2 feet in the paint, but winds up fading and missing short. In the second quarter of this game, Mikal Bridges missed 4 out of 6 field goals in what was becoming a defensive slugfest. So your other option is Cam Thomas. And, well, another handoff with Nick Claxton. Ben Simmons is on the floor, decides to pull up in the midi, and that doesn't go. So Cam Thomas missed 4 out of 5 field goals in the third quarter. In the end, this was just a massive struggle offensively for the Nets, and especially for Mikal Bridges. He missed 4 out of 6 of his shots in the fourth quarter. He missed 12 out of 14 outside the paint, and only one of his 21 field goal attempts came at the rim. The Nets made a season-low 33.7% of their shots in Minnesota, and only the Trailblazers and Grizzlies were worse from the field for the season. It doesn't get easier offensively for Brooklyn next season, as Bridges was traded to the New York Knicks, and the Nets were the only team without a 2024 draft pick. Former Sacramento Kings assistant Jordi Fernandez is the new head coach as Brooklyn trudges toward a rebuild. Stay tuned for the next installment of the 2024 NBA Epitome Game series, featuring the Houston Rockets.